Well, good afternoon. Okay, now I know some of you were here this morning and we put you through 2 hours of delight, but some of you are just joining us, so we're expecting a little better than that. So, okay, good afternoon. Thank you for indulging us. It's our 150th celebration of this congregation, and we are so pleased that you could come and be a part of today. My name is Bruce Dixon. I'm the minister here. To our friends joining us online, welcome as well. Dublin is located in Guelph, Ontario, for those who don't know that, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to our space today. As we come to our time, some people might enjoy that Irene considered this a short concert today. So for those of you who have already been through a longer service, this is going to be a little shorter. But we have lots of good things for you to enjoy. We have our handbell choir and our chancel choir playing. We have Nick Stoop on percussion. Chris Moyer is going to do a handbell solo for us today. Reese Brown is our guest soloist. And we have sort of an eclectic program, quoting Irene again, to highlight music from 1874 and to the present time. So there'll be some time for you to join in singing. I think both of our selections are in the red hymn book, so if you have a little less familiar or do not have a red hymn book near you, this would be the time to find one. You don't have to pull it out quite yet, but just to find out where that is. Also, let's see what else. There is a reception to follow. And I tried to sample the goodies, but they shooed me out of the kitchen, so there's lots left down there for you. Also, for those of you who have come today to take a piece of Dublin home with you, we have some specially designed ornaments for this special anniversary. So if you'd like to take one with you, the cost is, I think, $20, and they're at the downstairs if you'd like to have one to add to either your tree or your collection of pewter ornaments. We invite you to look through all the names in the bulletin. There's a whole variety of folks who've helped either with helping the concert come together or helping us to enjoy this day. So please check out the various people helping. You'll notice on the back we have a partial list of our music directors in Dublin's history. And if you know of some of the names that aren't there, we'd be glad to hear from you. But these are the ones that we could come up with for today. And we appreciate all who have added music here at Dublin. Finally, just a practical note, if for any reason you need just one of those breaks in a service or in our time, there is a bathroom out this way on this level. There's also one right at the bottom of the stairs. It's called the family washroom, but it's a good spot if you need to find some refreshment there. I think that is most of the announcement part of today. We are also mindful that as we gather and how today we are celebrating song and music and how it tells story and helps us build community, we are mindful of our Indigenous neighbors that also use music and song as a way of grounding their faith, grounding their lives. And so Dublin Street United Church meets on the ancestral land of the Adirondran, the Anishinaabe, and Haudenosaunee peoples. The land was the center of their lives and spirituality, and we are grateful for their steadfast land stewardship. We acknowledge that its land is covered by treaties, Treaty 3 with the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation, the Two-Row Wampum Treaty, and the Dish with One Spoon Treaty. We commit to respectful relationships and true reconciliation with our First Nation, Inuit, and Métis neighbors, and with the land. And at Dublin, we pledge to educate ourselves on the historic and current injustices towards Indigenous people and to stand as allies. And so as we think about our time today, please enjoy. I was glad to have you here, and thank you for coming to help celebrate our 150th anniversary celebrations today. And let the music begin.
while they're putting things away, I thought I'd start things off and just welcome you again. Good afternoon, and welcome to 150 years of music at Dublin Street United Church. Music, like many things, reflects our mindset, our opinions, our attitudes, and deep-seated values at a particular point in time. And right now, I'd like to take you back to 1874. At that time, Guelph was only 50 years old, settled in 1827. Population then was about, I think, 4,000 or 5,000 people. Canada was a relatively new nation, 7 years old, 1867. Alexander Mackenzie was the Prime Minister. Now we'll get to the music. Our first choral piece, All People That on Earth Do Dwell, was written by an English composer, Gustav Holst, who was born in 1874. The piece is a setting of a hymn tune by Louis Bourgeois that dates back to the 16th century, taken from a hymnal called Genevan Psalter, a hymnal born out of the Protestant Reformation. The tune is quite well known to most of you, I'm sure, and is taken from the Old 100th, and the tune was commonly used as a doxology and for a lot of Protestant churches. It is a familiar, well-loved tune and evokes nostalgia and reflects the language at that time. So you'll see as things move through the program, changes in language, how things are interpreted and reflected upon. In Holst's arrangement, which we're going to be doing, he intersperses the choral verses with quotations from Bach's cantata, number 130, set on the same tune. Enjoy your afternoon of music.
The Dublin Handbell Choir has been a cherished part of the music program at the Dublin Street Church since 1990. At Reverend Don Parr's suggestion, Mary Lynn White started the handbell choirs at Dublin with help from Eden United Church director Carol Anderson. Since 1990, over 100 ringers have participated in Dublin's handbell choirs, including children, youth, and adults, and they have enjoyed membership in the Ontario Guild of English Handbell Ringers since then. The handbell choir has benefited greatly from the generosity of its many donors. A memorial gift made in 1990 from Francis Manson, Mr. and Mrs. J. Elmer Shepherd, and the late Marion Mackenzie, in memory of their parents, Mr. and Mrs. V.E. Shepherd, longtime members of Dublin, made it possible to purchase the 3-octave set of Shilmeric handbells that we ring today. In the fall of 2003, Chris Moyer, a member of the handbell choir, donated a 3-octave set of Malmark choir chimes in memory of her parents. These chimes add another dimension to the handbell choir's music endeavors, as well as a unique color that gives warmth to the handbell sound. In 2021, we were fortunate to receive the generosity of the family of Isabel King, who donated the large bass handbells that provide a solid foundation to our 3-octave set, and most recently, Chris Moyer's wonderful gift of the upper 4th octave to complete Dublin's set as a 4-octave handbell choir. Many hands worked together to provide the beautiful supplies to our choir. Susan Thompson made our uniform vests that we still wear today. June Wilkie and Sandra Martin custom handcrafted the rich velvet performance cloths that adorn the tables. And Margaret Wiley and Joanne Holt provided custom foam covers for our additional bells. Karen Findley donated music stands. Robert Hawson penned the wonderful new Dublin handbell logo. You'll see it on our shirts. We feel extremely blessed to have received these gifts, which enable us to continue making music together for many more years to come. Please enjoy Chris Moyer's performance of Amazing Grace.
And now it is your turn to sing. We thought it would be nice to sing Joyful, Joyful, We Adore Thee, which is Voices United 232.
Hello, everyone. Dublin's music directors. Through the history of the church, Dublin has been blessed with esteemed directors, many of whom have made contributions to sacred music in Canada. A partial list of directors is found at the back of the program. And much of the music heard in today's worship service and concerts were composed by Dublin directors, including Robert Hall and Dublin's Neil McLaren and Barry Cabina. Other composers in our midst include Jerry Manning, who is with us today, Fred Graham in spirit, who played a key role as editor of the Voices United hymnal, Mary Lynn White, Chris Fisher, and Martin Anderley. Especially important are the children's music directors whose work with children of all ages provided the foundation for music training and a love of singing. We are pleased to sing an anthem in celebration of our 150th anniversary, composed by our distinguished organist emeritus, Barry Cabina.
and when I stand behind them, you can't see me at all. So I'm going to stand here instead. On October 23rd, 2021, the 43rd General Council adopted the following vision statement for the United Church of Canada. Called by God as disciples of Christ, the United Church of Canada seeks to be a bold, connected, evolving church of diverse, courageous, hope-filled communities, united in deep spirituality, inspiring worship, and daring justice. Through deep spirituality, bold discipleship, daring justice. With such a mission, it is truly exciting to envision a future in the church that is inclusive and committed to spirituality and justice. A major step of Dublin's history that reflects the aims of the updated mission took place in September 2022, when we officially became an affirming church, a major step in our history. Through music, we embrace these ideals, and in recent years, we've expanded the range of styles of our worship music, including jazz, hip-hop, gospel, and rock, and collaborated with other forms of art, such as dance. Here are a couple of the Chancel Choir's favorite songs, with our resident percussionist, Nick Stoop, and our incredible guest singer and friend, Verice Vassal-Bowen.
Of the Lord to praise his holy name, give glory, honor, and adore his son whose life he gave. Let the rocks resound, let the trumpet sound, he's worthy of all praise. I will sing. Ooh, to be praised. Raise your voices high. He's worthy of all the praise. Shout Hosanna to our God, for the Son his life he gave. Let the trumpet sound, the rocks resound. He's worthy to be praised. I will sing. Ooh, to be praised. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord. He's worthy, yes. Shout Hosanna, He is worthy. Sing Hosanna, He is worthy. Let's all praise Him in the highest. Let us praise. Ooh. Somebody say worthy. He's worthy, yes He is. Ooh, He's worthy, yes He is. He's worthy. He is worthy.
I'd like you all to take a look at that beautiful organ. The current organ at Dublin was installed in 1945 as a memorial to those who died in the 2 world wars. It used some of the existing pipework from the previous organ, but was basically a new installation with a new console. The organ is a Cassavant, Opus 1784. That is, it was made by Cassavant Frères of St. Hyacinthe, Quebec, who are certainly Canada's best-known organ builders and arguably the most prestigious in the country. In the mid-1970s, a tonal revision to the organ was undertaken by Alan Jackson, with new pipework being added. The current organ has 3 manuals or keyboards, plus the pedal board. It has 34 stops and 39 ranks of pipes. Since most ranks contain 60 pipes, the total number of pipes in the organ is about 2,300. The combination system, which allows multiple stops to be selected with the push of single buttons, was originally run by wind pressure using air from the same blower that provides air to the pipes. Several years ago, this system started to become faulty as components of the system disintegrated, particularly the leathers. By last year, only about half of the system was functional. Rather than simply repair the old system, it was decided to replace it with a solid-state system. This is much more reliable, and with no further reliance on wind pressure to the console, it now has the capability to be moved out to the floor in front of the pulpit. It is connected by a thin cable to the pipework in the organ loft. While this new system was installed back in 1993, it was decided to also use the converted system to facilitate a conversion to MIDI compatibility. MIDI, or Musical Instrument Digital Interface, allows the organ console to communicate with other electronic instruments. Robert Hall was the organist at the time and spearheaded the project. A digital sequencer was also added, which through MIDI is able to record the sequence of selected stops and notes played, and play them back without the organist touching the keys. This enabled the organ to play music pre-recorded on a floppy disk. Here is a demonstration of that technology.
Which is probably about 25 years old, but it does work. Hey, we got 3 notes out of it.
Dublin's Cassavant organ continues to fascinate and be enjoyed by the congregation. Its most recent appraisal by Cassavant in 2022 values it at $1.4 million. Most recent repairs have included a project to straighten the organ facade pipes done by the Doddingtons in 2021, and in 2022 we received a generous gift from Wilfred Rouser to commission an adjustable organ bench built by our custodian, Robert Howson. Long overdue is a comprehensive cleaning of the instrument to be done after sanctuary renovation is complete. This important maintenance will ensure that Dublin's organ will be enjoyed for many years to come. We hope that you enjoy Dublin's Cassavant Opus 1784 organ, played by our amazing music director, Irene de Gregorio.
come to the end of the program. I told you it was going to be a short one. It's just been simply wonderful to share 150 years of music with you this afternoon, and I thank you so much for coming to hear our concert. There are many that I'd like to thank for making this concert possible, and firstly, I want to thank the choir and the handbell ringers. They've been here since 9 a.m., and they spend every week so many hours and give their musical gifts from the heart, and none of this would be possible without them. So I appreciate them so much. Our choir manager, Lynn Murphy, and our librarian, Doreen LaRocque, and choir executive of Katie Thompson-Aiken, Ruth Sproul, Neil McLaren, and Peter Roberts are a huge support to our choral endeavors, and I want to especially thank Peter for being a huge help to me in this concert. And Chris Moyer is also tremendously generous and supportive to the handbell choir, setting up early for every rehearsal and caring for the bells. And there were two names that I forgot on the program. I regret that I forgot to put Teresa Troughton and Elizabeth Winfield in the former directors, and Laurie Fleming as well. I want to thank our organist emeritus, Barry Cabina, who is my teacher and was originally the person who told me that there was an opening at Dublin when I still lived in California. Barry has gifted our congregation with music for decades and has been a huge inspiration to me. And Fred Graham also helped a lot in the early days here. I want to thank my husband, Nick, who plays drums for us all the time and delivers sandwiches and helps me a lot. And I want to thank Reese so much for gifting us also with this amazing experience to try new music. And Emily Steers is at another rehearsal today, but I also want to thank her for her ministry with the children. And finally, our staff team, we've been through it this week. It's been a really, really busy week, and they are so amazing. That's Reverend Bruce, Jennifer, Anita, Robert, Emmy, Colleen, and Emily. They're just simply the best. We've all kind of lived here this week, and it's just an amazing community led by all of them. So I want to thank them also. So this is our last piece, and again, we did this morning, but I think it's nice to do it again, to sing Here I Am, Lord, which is Voices United 509, and this is a version that includes the handbells with a little introduction, so I'll cue you when to sing, and please join us downstairs afterwards for some fellowship.
Anything up?
I did though. All right, everyone. You can stand and stay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Oh, since I'm playing. Here I am, Lord. I
We have just one more thank you we'd like to make today on behalf of the Chancel Choir and the Bell Choir, and I think all of us at Dublin. We'd like to say thank you to our Director of Music Ministry, Dr. Irene Gregorio. We are so grateful for your leadership, and thank you for a beautiful programming today that acknowledges the history of the music ministry here at Dublin and leads us into our future. So thank you.